Hi everyone, I'm Paridhi and I'm back with another video. And today we have Shilpa with us. And she has been a friend of mine since 2018. We started our ADC Australian Dental Council journey together. And both of us are now in the United States studying in different schools. So first I would like to ask her, how did she transition from Australia to US? And can you share something about your journey with us, Shilpa?
Hello. Hi, Paridhi. Good to see you on the other side. Thanks for taking this opportunity to talk to me. Yeah, it's been a really, I would say, like a very different journey for both of us, like how we met studying, preparing for Australian exams. We started with the theory and yeah, things changed and we ended up in the US on a good note though. So, coming to my journey, I had a huge break in my career. So, I wanted to do something like, get started into dentistry. So, I started with Australia. I cleared the theory exams, but because of the COVID and all the delays, I couldn't give my practical exam after an attempt. I couldn't clear in my first attempt, the practical. And then I started with the second. I was preparing and COVID happened and Australia was shut down for a year. I had nothing to do. I was in the US by then already. I thought it's not the right thing. Like I can't just give up because a virus has stopped. Like, it can't crash all my dreams. So I started thinking again, like, should I start with the US? Which felt like, I remember you telling me, like, why don't you try US? You should get started, do something. But I was thinking, why is she even asking me to start all over for a new country? That's what I had so many inhibitions. I never wanted to think of anything else other than Australia. But yeah, as time passed and I realized that it's not going to work out, I started with the US preparation and here I am, currently studying in Penn Dental. 9 more months to go, and I'm gonna graduate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I wanted you to explore United States.
Yes.
Right when my score expired in October 2023, that's when you said, why don't you come to the United States? I was a little disappointed when my Australia score expired and I was like, do I need to start again? But then, when you said, why don't you start with US, and I will guide you through everything. And I just followed everything you told me. And
Yeah.
yeah, so do you think it was the right decision to move from Australia to United
Yeah.
States?
Yes, absolutely. I still remember like the initial days in the US. I moved in 2019, right? It's been a while. Everyone, when we met, like my other friends in the US, my husbands, my colleagues, everyone, they were like, "Why are you even thinking to move to Australia? You are in the US." I mean, we were like, "Yes, we just came for the work. We'll just explore this country, but we are ultimately going back to Australia." I always used to think that that's gonna be my final destination. But currently, now I'm here. I mean, I think whatever happens, it happens for our good. Maybe it was meant to be. That's why I was here. And definitely for my like how I started my career, I felt I needed some kind of guidance. Like I didn't have much hands on. So I was like, okay, I need someone who can train me. So school is a very good option where I'm getting a rock solid exposure to the new techniques, everything I'm learning here. Whereas if I was in Australia, maybe I would have just taken some training and started working. So I would say, yeah, maybe I needed this. So this is what happened. And I really enjoy that the whole scenario of going to school, learning from there, and then applying. It's hectic. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm enjoying fully. It's really hectic. School is something that keeps you on your toes. Like you'll be busy, but so far so good. I definitely learned a lot of things, and I'm looking forward to learn more and be a good clinician. How about you? How is it going for your first 6 months? Would have been terrible. I can imagine that.
They were very hectic. And it was like we would go to school in the morning at 7 and come back at 8,
Yeah,
9. And
I know.
still we are going on weekends. So it was definitely hectic the first 6 months because there was a lot of quizzes, lot of didactic and lot of sim labs also. So it was definitely hectic. But yeah, summer quarter has been little kind. I know that you got accepted into 5 schools. How was the interview and the bench process?
I didn't get acceptance from 5 schools, but I got like invited from 6 schools. But The moment I got accepted in Penn and UIC, so I took only 2 invites, and the moment I got accepted at Penn, I stopped. The interview process, to be honest, is very easy. Penn, there is no bench test. All they want to see is how are you, like your personality. And they do have all your, like the SOP, your resume, everything with them. And they keep it open. And in the interview, if they find anything interesting, they're going to question you on that. It was like I had 2 interviewers and they both were like pretty chill. Like, how do you spend your time? I see that you have moved to so many countries. How do you feel? How did you end up in US? So they really want to know who you are. That's what I personally felt. Nothing clinical, nothing. I mean, very good interviews. I had very good experience both with UIC and Penn. Like I was confident that, yeah, like how the conversation was going, it's going well.
Profiles, what did you do to
Yes.
develop your profile in the United States so that other candidates who will be applying in the
Mhm.
future can take some cues from it and work on those things?
So first of all, I used to think the same, like profile. We are used to this word profile, but to be honest, they're not choosing one thing. They're not like fixated about something. Of course, there are certain things like you need to have a good TOEFL score, and especially for Penn, I can definitely say they want US experience, some kind of US experience. If you are directly coming from India and or any other country, I don't mean like any other international, and you just apply, then Penn might be kind of dicey. It's not a good option because they want to see how you're used to the American dentistry.
Oh.
So for myself, I think that's one reason I might have got invited, because I got my dental hygiene license here. I worked as a hygienist for a year, and before that, I used to work as an assistant. So I almost had a year and a half of experience in that way in the US. And I also did a preceptorship in Boston. That was another thing which showed that I'm affiliated to a school. I know what happens in the US schools. And next one is, of course, a lot of C courses, volunteering. And my TOEFL score was 106. Yeah, maybe very good statements too. That plays a crucial role as well. Like have a very good SOP, good letters of recommendation, and even the resume, your CV should be crisp and good. Like that's what they're going to see. Like don't make it too lengthy. Just be crisp and make sure that you get them evaluated with someone who knows everything. We sometimes think like we know it, we can do it that's what I did for my first site, but it didn't work out. So I definitely took some professional help, and yeah, thank goodness I got accepted.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have also seen that UPenn accepts a lot of people from Canada. So even
Yes.
Canadian experience counts, right? As
Yes, yes.
consider it as US experience really in a way, and they
Yeah.
invite a lot of people from Canada.
Many. I have many of my classmates who are from Canada. And we have like 3 or 4 students who are hygienists, few from Canada, a few specialists. Yeah, everything, a mixture.
Can you explain us the process of becoming a hygienist and where can you practice and what
Sure.
exam you have to take for being a hygienist?
The one which I took, it was for Florida, state of Florida, and you have to give a 8X exam. It will have like three. Yeah, there will be 3 exams. Like one is like just like our INBD, but I would say like a very compressed version of INBD, which will have related to perio, hygiene related questions. That was one exam. And another one is your practical exam where you go and work on the mannequin because of COVID. Everything is mannequin based. So they ask you to do a single quad. You have to do the SRP on single quad. And another one was also the local anesthesia. I think we have to. No, sorry. I took a local anesthesia course in order to show it like a good certification and also to work on my patients. That's not needed in the exam. And the third one is the Florida loss exam. So you have to, that's an easy exam. You have a course to study. So these 3 exams, and I can work only in Florida.
Okay.
So this is the only place. I'm not sure. I heard like there is some other state too who do this. I'm sorry, but I'm not really sure about that. But I'm very sure in Florida, if you do this 8X exam, you can work as a hygienist without going to hygiene school. Yeah.
And I
So
believe you worked
it's
as a
good.
dental assistant in Texas and of getting registered as a dental assistant in Texas.
That's easy. In Texas, it was easy. I just did an online course with the School of San Antonio, I believe. Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, I think it's San Antonio. I did a online course and like you have to finish everything. After that, they just gave me an online certificate. That's it. And you have to renew it. It's easy. Yeah, you don't have to go anywhere because they know we are dentists already. So probably that's why it was easy for us. So if anyone in Texas who is trying to apply, they can always check the San Antonio school website.
Okay. And how
Yeah.
easy is it to find jobs once you have your dental assistant or a dental hygienist license?
Hygiene, easy. US needs hygienists, so I can say you can easily find a job. It's just like choosing a right practice, like how you go through. It's definitely very demanding job physically and mentally. Like you I used to do a group hygiene where I used to have an assistant, but you have to hop like chair to chair, clean, jump. So I used to see like 14 to 15 patients in a day, and I felt like it was quite demanding hygiene wise, and it also got a bit monotonous. But other than that, job wise, the market is like very welcoming. It's easy to get the job.
Okay.
Florida, especially like the moment I got my hygiene license, I just randomly applied and I got interviewed by like called by many people. So I don't think hygiene is an issue. Coming to assisting, for me it was little hard because of COVID. There were nobody, like I started with shadowing. So I reached out so many people. I reached out the schools in Texas like, hey, just let me shadow. No, nobody used to take it, but I'm pretty sure the scenario now is different. People might be accepting. So finally, one good day, like one fine day, one of the dentists took my call and he called back and he told you can come and shadow, and I started working at the same place after I got my assisting degree. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, job market, we shouldn't worry for that. Like whoever is trying to apply, that shouldn't be a problem, I feel.
What
Yeah.
about volunteering? How do you find right volunteering, and how much volunteering is actually considered good by the school?
Yes, so this is kind of, it depends. I personally felt it depends where you live. Because when I was in Dallas, I used to live in Dallas when I was applying for all this before hygiene. I didn't get many opportunities. So I had to really fish and see where I can go and get some more exposure. But usually you can try Mission of Mercy, okay, and Give Kids a Smile. That is also a good organization, or any NGO. Just show that you want to have that willingness to contribute to the community. Those are the good. I also used to work in American Red Cross, like blood drives, and just simply go there and help them out. And when I went to Boston for preceptorship, I was looking for opportunities even there during our, when we were free. I think you did the same thing, right?
Yeah.
I told you. So just go search some volunteering. So I think we went for crayons and cradles, something like that.
Mhm.
It was like uh, helping sort out items for donation. So anything, it need not be related to dentistry. If it's dentistry, it's even wonderful. But even if it's not, just show some kind of willingness to be a part of community. That's one thing I would definitely recommend whoever is applying. They
Mhm.
definitely see that. Yeah.
What were the changes you made in your profile when you applied
Mm-hmm.
again?
So when I first applied, like I told you, my statements, I definitely changed my statements, my letters of recommendations, everything, all the paperwork, everything I changed. And other than that, I added up few more CE courses. I did the local anesthesia course, like I told you. It was an expensive course, but I felt like it really helped me with my patients during hygiene as well. My my TOEFL was okay, so I didn't change my TOEFL score. It's been the same. I had the same score. I did hygiene. Like that's also compared to my first cycle, that was a very good addition, and preceptorship. Yeah,
Can you tell something more
I
about
would
the
say,
local anesthesia course? I've
yeah.
not really heard a lot of people do it. So how and where do you have to do it from?
So it's in Florida. There are a couple of schools in Florida which do like I did it in University of Florida. I think it's also there in St. Pete, where it's like a 1 day or 2 day course where you go and they teach you on. We'll have mannequins and they help you learn how to do the local anesthesia administration. It's mostly, I think, the dentists who do it. We all know it, but still, it's like a revision. They take a whole lecture of the anatomy. It was a good experience, and I met so many other aspirants who were trying to come like me. And I also saw some hygienists who wanted to do it. Like They go to hygiene school and take training for local. So it I think you have to book it really early because the spots get filled. So if anyone is interested, I recommend them to just go to the website and type local anesthesia. It's like local anesthesia administration course. Just type that, and you should be seeing couple of dates and just fill them up because they really get filled up fast. I wanted to do in certain date, but I didn't find, and then I waited and then I did it. And it costed me, I think it was like $1,300 or something. And I might be wrong, but I want people to check. But it's a good one if you want to boost up your resume.
What about CE courses?
Yeah, that even I don't know, Paridhi. I don't know. Do they even see the CE courses section? I always wonder because there is no spot in your capit that there is CE course, you know. We always put it in the additional comments. So I don't know the significance of that, but in resume, maybe a little bit. So just mention the ones which you did like hands on and you really think that that will help to boost up your resume. Just don't put I have 200, 300 hours of CE and just don't add too much of information. Maybe rather use that space in your resume for something else. But yeah, just do few good CE courses. Yeah, one more thing I forgot to mention, try to attend some conferences like Greater New York. It's a free conference. I would recommend everyone to take advantage of that. It's a very big space in the New York and it happens during Thanksgiving. So everyone can go there. And if you are like proactive, you can even do a poster presentation. I did that. You have to, I think by June or July, once you register, you'll get emails if you want to participate, and you have to give your poster by August. And it happens in November. But you have to be on track, like from June, make sure you check out everything, apply for it. It's a very good opportunity.
Lots of
And also,
smile
there is
con.
one in
There is smile
Boston.
con. Yankee.
Yankee, yes. So please try to get in there and you'll also meet people. I feel networking is crucial in this thing, you know, in the whole process. Like meet people, talk to them, have some visibility. I still remember when I went for, I think it was Greater New York, I believe, or it was during my dental assisting. I used to get an opportunity, like they used to send us to few conferences. So I went and I met a person who designs burrs for the schools. So he prepares burr kits and he was from Brasler. So we had a good conversation. I was asking this burr that, and he was like, you have so much knowledge about the burrs. Are you sure you're a dental assistant? Then I told, no, I'm a dentist. So he was like, oh, okay, you're applying to any schools. Let me. I actually designed the burrs for Oklahoma. I do for a couple of schools, you know. That's how you get to know people. So just go talk to people. That's really important. And when I went and spoke with him, he kept me. He gave like, you know, his business card and he told anytime any help let me know. And when I applied to my Oklahoma school, I told him I applied and he was like, you are going to get accepted. I know you, you're good. You know, that gives such a good boost to you. And also you feel like, okay, you know, people still value what we have, like what we have got. So definitely go talk to people, keep yourself into the whole loop of it's very stressful journey. Definitely. I'm so glad you just got it in your first cycle, Paridhi. The moment you lose it in your first, you get depressed. You feel low, everything. I have been through that terrible phase where I was like, what do I do? And, you know, but I would like to tell all the aspirants, whoever is watching this video, don't give up. Don't give up. You will get your time. Just strategize, prepare well, know what to do exactly. Don't overstress yourself. No way. Absolutely, you'll get in.
I have another question. So I think you wrote a paper as well before you got
Yes.
accepted. So how do you go about looking for research opportunities, particularly with some
Yeah.
professors at some schools?
That's hard. That's hard. Like research has been like I really tried. I'm not lying. I tried to contact so many people in Texas when I was living because we had a school, you know, right beside where I was living, like 30-40 minutes. I thought it's an amazing opportunity. But because of COVID, they didn't want any external people to come in, like the same story. And research is like very confidential. So they have been like very pretty strict, like you can't get in. I tried nothing happened. And then again, I used to email so many professors. Like, I would still recommend whoever wants, do that. Reach out, go to their website. Who you see them, reach out, try. If you're lucky, or if anyone needs an assistant, research assistant, they would take you. Otherwise, you don't know, but keep trying. And I got lucky in that way because one of my friends who was a Penn grad, she knows work for a professor for Penn for research, and the professor wanted a student whom she can trust, and she knew it like I'm desperately wanting to get into research. So she was like, hey, can you move to Philly? Can you come over here and do research with us? And she introduced me. So I came, I met the professor. I visited Penn Dental, and I met the professor. We had a conversation, and she liked, and she was like, okay, let's start again. We wanted to start in person, but because of COVID, that was in January 2020, I guess. Even that time, COVID was there, I believe, like Jan 22
People were
or
still
Jan
keeping
2022.
precautions, and yeah, I think it was 2022.
There was a new variant, the Omicron or something. So Penn Dental stopped taking any external people. And again, I wanted to go in person and work, but that didn't happen. But she was very sweet enough. She made me do papers. So I used to help her in review literature, articles, and everything. I used to work remotely for her.
Mhm.
So it was a very good experience. I understood the depth of research, like I knew nothing. So how it happened. So I had a good exposure. So together we both did a poster presentation. She went to, it was in Greece. She presented the poster there. I couldn't go, but we both did the poster, and we also did 2 or 3 research papers.
Nice.
Yeah, that way I'm so lucky my friend got me in. But getting into research is little hard. But honestly, guys, it's very hard to like get into research. I just got lucky, honestly.
That's why I feel networking will help, because if you go to
Yes,
conferences, you might meet some professors who might be presenting their posters. You can interact with them and, like tell them that you are eager to contribute in their research.
yes,
And probably you can start from there.
yes, yeah. So try people. Just explore. Just go and knock every door you can, and something will open up for you all.
Yeah. And what about loans, Shilpa? Like I
Yeah.
believe you are on FAFSA, right?
Yes, I'm on FAFSA. I have green cards. It wasn't a big deal for me. But people who are trying to apply, yes, you have to look for a couple of. You definitely need a co-signer, if I'm not wrong. You need like there is Citizens Bank. There are a couple of banks who would give you at a little better price. Yeah, that's again a big headache getting the loan. And so, how are you doing, Paridhi? You had a co-signer as well.
No, I've taken loan from India, from
You can do
Punjab
from
National
your
Bank.
home
Yeah.
country. Yeah.
Yeah. So we did have to keep some collateral, but the interest rates were much less as compared to what Prodigy and what Empower were giving. So I was more
Okay.
comfortable with taking a lesser interest rate than keeping a collateral rather than
Mm-hmm.
repaying the loan at a bigger
Yes.
interest rate. So
Yes.
yeah, so I decided to go ahead with with Punjab National Bank. But yeah, there are people who are exploring Empower or Prodigy because it doesn't need a
Yeah.
cosigner and it doesn't need a collateral, but the interest rates are higher.
They don't need anyone. You can still go ahead and.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I didn't know
they
that.
have you a lot of times they don't give you 100%, or they give you the
Mm-hmm.
tuition fee and they don't cover the living expenses.
Okay.
The good thing with University of Washington is that since it's a public university, it was already on the portal of Punjab National Bank. So I didn't have to
Wow,
go
that's good.
through with a lot of lot of approvals. So a lot of times
Mm.
it's a more lengthy process. But because University of Washington was already on the panel, it went very, it was like very
Easy.
fast and it got done with very quickly.
That's good. Okay, I didn't know. I thought like everyone needs to have a co-signer. So this is something new.
So,
Yeah.
but since DDS is not really a risky cost for them, they know that the job market will absorb us. So that is why
Yes.
they are okay with, like taking that chance on the DDS graduates.
Hmm. I also hear many candidates asking, like, even for you, like for me, okay, my path is clear. I have green card, so I can go get started, start working. But you might be knowing, right? Because you are on student. you're
visa.
on a student visa. So what's next? Like after you studying, like do you have some kind of visa to work, or like how do you get started? You still need to be picked up as a H1B.
Yeah.
That's another gamble again. So few people even stop themselves from that. Like, do you know what is the rate of acceptance? Like, how does that go? Like,
So
I feel
actually,
many people want to know this.
I mean, I have little information about this. So basically, we get 1 year of OPT. So
Mm-hmm.
that is we can work. I mean, our student visa will be valid for another 1 year after we complete the course. In that
You
time, we
can
can look
work
for
on student visa.
no.
You can
Actually,
still
in that
work.
time, we can look for jobs. So they've given us a little
Ah, okay.
leeway to look for jobs. And I mean, a lot of schools which get the schools which get over in June, July. So we do get 2 attempts at H1B lottery because the
Okay.
H1B lottery opens in March. So we
Mm-hmm.
can, even though the school gets over in June, but we can get attempt at the March lottery even if the course is not over yet because the H1B actually comes out in October. So they know that we will get 2 attempts at H1B lottery,
Okay.
and we are in the upper section of the H1B lottery. I'm not really sure what is it called, but so there are more chances of us
So they
being
have
picked up.
certain levels.
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay. So we
We
are like maybe in the cream layer, like
leave
they
layer,
know that
yes.
we're gonna work. Okay, that's
And
good.
then as dentists, we are also in H1B cap exempt. We can look for
Okay.
opportunities in community health centers where we don't need to be in that lottery for H1B. We get H1B without going by the lottery way.
This okay, that is good.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we can apply through
So
to
it's not
community
like that
centers.
shouldn't stop
Yes,
students
exactly.
from applying. So there is a way. Okay. Yeah.
The salary might be, I mean, I'm going to conduct the next interview of another person who's
Mm-hmm.
currently gone via the H1B cap exempt way. Uh,
That's
so
good. Yeah, it will be very useful.
he's not done
Yes.
it via the lottery. He's
Okay.
working in a community health center in California. So I will be doing an interview with him. So he will put more light on these things. He's a very recent graduate from USC. So
So Pariti, you got so many friends now in the US.
yeah,
You have
I
just
have,
you're
yeah.
spreading your wings. Yeah, good. And I also, guys, I have to tell you about Pariti. She is like when we started studying, or even during our ADC days, we both used to study, like have a proper study plan and study everything. And she used to ask me questions. We had such a good journey. And I also remember when she started, once ADC was like going dicey, like we don't know what to do, and I started here. She opened her own academy. Like that used to inspire me in one way. I was someone like I used to be sad, like no, it didn't happen, but she used to bounce back real quick. She did her dice academy. She used to do some CE courses as well, right?
Yeah.
And she opened her clinic. She renovated her clinic. She worked there. So I really used to like the way she never used to think like, okay, this is it. Always wanted to level up. And maybe that kind of nature, the moment I said, come to US, she didn't. She's like, okay, let's do it. But I have to talk to my dad. She was scared, like, what's going to happen?
Yeah, I mean, the
I,
only thing which I was skeptical was about the money, where it will come
I
from.
know it's a
And then
lot. It's a
then
lot.
you said that you can get 100% loan. That was the only. Then I watched a lot of
Yes.
videos and I talked to a lot of people, and they said that this you will get 100% loan for applying to US. So that is how I was able to convince my dad to move ahead
Yes.
with it. That and he was also very, because he had seen me struggle and get through to Australia,
Mm,
and he wanted me to explore this. He said, let's start and we will figure it out as we go.
yes. So
And
sweet of
yeah,
him.
and it all
Yeah.
worked out. And yeah, and I'm and even the loan and everything, I feel very
I
content
know.
with my professional journey, and I feel
It's
positive
been a
moving ahead
journey.
that yeah, there are good things coming.
You do it, yes. You're next going to be an endodontist in US too. I'm sure you're gonna do something more than this for sure. So yes, it really it's really hard to not think beyond the picture, like think more like what to do, because most of us get stuck at this whole application process. It's really stressful. I have gone through those days, and now I can say to people like, do not stress. Like even at the school, I feel like I shouldn't stress, but it happens, that's the way of life. We have to learn to overcome it. Eventually we tell each other like even for you, once you start clinics, it's gonna be like requirements, do this and exams, like more than theory, you'll have a lot of competency exams for checking your hand skills. So yeah, but eventually we'll graduate. So just be in the
Yeah,
moment.
exactly. Yeah, so I think we will all get to the other
Yep.
side of it, and it will eventually work out.
And the
Yeah.
other side is going to be the real thing. That's the real world, real dentistry. So we should prepare, brace up for that.
And Shilpa, how are you exploring the job opportunities? Have you started looking into it already or yet?
Not yet. I'm not there yet. But definitely things are running in my mind. Like I've been stressing out about this one thing. Like, once I graduate, what do they expect from me? What should be the speed? Like, should we do this in this much time? There'll be a lot of expectations. That's what I heard from my seniors. So I want to personally incorporate certain changes in my this 9 months. I've been thinking, like should I time my work? I'll definitely have to learn. It's not that I'll spoil my like outcome, but I want to work on certain things which might redirect me towards the real dentistry, like outside. Maybe my speed, like I should be little quicker because in school everything goes slow, you need approvals. It's a process. I want to incorporate that. We go for rotations. Like before I was little playful, I just go assist, ask couple of questions or come back. Suppose they're doing Invisalign, like I want to know, observe what are they doing so that it will help me in the future. So I want to do certain changes during my school as well. That's currently running in my mind. So I'm still in the preparation phase. Probably after my ADEX exams, maybe I'll start applying and see the job market, see how it goes.
Can you tell a little about ADEX exam? Even I don't know much about it. Like, is there a theory
I,
exam or
yeah.
only practical exams? How is it?
There is a theory too, like a small exam, but the practical is like 2-day exam. It's like mine is scheduled in November, and you also have something in January or February. So I was a AREX runner, so you get an opportunity to go and see when my seniors were doing. We had an opportunity to whatever their work, we have to take the work and go upstairs where the evaluators would sit. Yeah, so we are called ADEX runners. So that was an amazing opportunity. We all thought, okay, they're going to give us some money. So it was like they were paying us and we were excited. We applied for that, but that's an amazing experience. If you get a chance, I would recommend you
I
to
was
go
an
there.
ADEX runner in March, but in March I did.
I was a runner in March. Yeah, I was a runner for that. And I felt it was a very stressful exam.
Yeah.
Like I have seen my seniors who are so confident when they are with patients and all, but they had tough time while working under that stress. So it's going to be a hard exam.
I was towards the
We have to
examiner's
work.
side. So the runner would come and give me the typhodonts, and then I
Oh,
would
you
take
were
it.
the other side.
I would take it to the examiner's seat because there were like 6, 8 different like
Cubicles.
areas which were designated for different examiners,
Yes.
different evaluators. So I would go and keep it there and put an entry that that we've received the
Mm,
typhodonts of so and so person, and then they would evaluate, and then I would go and give it to the runner on the
yeah.
other side who would take it to the student. So
Okay.
so
So
yeah.
I was evaluator and the way they come, like, but it's such a way to evaluate. Like it's not one person, but two persons who come and evaluate you. So no bias. But yeah, it was stressful. Now I have to, I'm really
You're on the
thinking
other
like,
side of it.
yeah, now I have to, but you have to prepare a lot. There will be faculty in the school who are exclusively there to guide you for ADEX because it's not like you have a lot of rules to follow, so many criteria, critical errors. So the first thing is what I learned, everyone was saying is first know guide the guidelines, the criteria, and then start working. So probably I have to start preparing now. Hopefully I clear it in the first time. It's an expensive exam. It's an expensive exam, yeah.
Do you guys pay for the ADEX exam?
We are paying, yeah. It's I think few schools pay. I'm not pretty sure.
Yeah,
What about yours?
they
You paid?
pay for us.
They pay
We
for you,
don't pay.
yeah,
Yeah.
but we are paying. For the first exam, I paid like 2,700 or something. I don't remember the exact number, but yeah, we pay for it. And the second retake would be like, I think you need not pay, maybe just the supplies. But if you have to again retake, like the third one, you have to pay. So better get it through the first time. Yes.
I believe you applied to mainly those schools which didn't need a bench exam. Do you
Yes.
recommend that to people?
No. No, prepare. Prepare for bench. No, what happened? It's not like I thought I should not give bench exam. Nothing like that. Honestly, because I'm married and I had to make sure that I live with my family, with my kid. And I targeted the areas where my husband can work, like we can live together. That's the main reason I avoided the bench prep schools. It's not something that I don't have to give it. And luckily, like I
So it
told
was
you,
just basically those schools only came into picture which didn't have the bench
bench
exam.
test, but I still applied everywhere. I mean, if I had to, suppose I didn't get invited from UIC or Penn, then I also got an invite from Buffalo. Then I would have definitely like did the
Right.
Buffalo. I would have prepared, but as per I planned, luckily I didn't have to give a bench test. But honestly, I feel if you prepare for bench test, your first 6 months in the
Yeah.
pre-clinicals will be amazing. I somehow felt like I should have done some bench work. I did for Australia, but I had a gap again. But I have seen students who have prepared for bench test. It's easy for them in the pre-clinics. You pick it up faster. So I recommend don't just aim for schools that don't have bench test. My scenario was different. You prepared so much, no? You
Yeah, I
got
mean, I
Washington bench test is so hard. I heard like it's one of the toughest ones, and you
yeah,
cleared
it's
that.
a 8 hours bench exam, and we have 2 hours of treatment planning written exam as well.
Yeah,
So yeah, but like I already had a setup for Australia, so it wasn't very very difficult to work
good.
through it. And yeah, so I just practiced for the after I got my bench invite, I just practiced on my in my clinic. I had a chair mount set up. So it everything worked out. I like practiced for 15-20 days and then I gave my bench exam. So yeah, I mean I didn't really have to collect all the bench stuff because I think that is the stressful part and
At least
that
some
takes a
good
lot
thing
of
about working so hard for Australia.
Australia. Yeah, that all
It's
that
been
came
like
in.
I remember the way we used to. So we both got training in Chandigarh ODA for our Australian exams. And we don't even know how many teeth we cut that time. We were trying, trying, trying. So it's all worth it.
Probably it was all leading us to US, like everything we learned in for the Australia
Yeah.
thing, because I think that theory also never really got
Yes.
wasted.
We
We
gave
did
INBD.
use it in our
Yeah.
INBD, and INBD was comparatively much easier for us
Oh,
as
yeah.
compared to, because we had already cleared
Australia.
the harder exam, which was Australian Dental Council
Yeah,
theory exam.
ADC was a tricky exam. Yeah, INBD is very clinical, and you. How many months did you prepare for INBD?
I prepared, I think, 2 months for INBD, and that was
Yes.
probably because I was traveling to US for my Boston preceptorship. So I planned it like I should be able to take it in the same visit.
Yeah,
Logistically,
yeah, that's a good idea.
so yeah, I mean, INBD I felt was not, I mean, not very tricky for me. I
No.
probably, yeah, I mean, I did take boot camp. Like,
Mm.
I think you studied from TSB, right?
Yeah, the study boards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really needed some kind of push
Mm-hmm.
because I was so devastated. I didn't want to study at all. I didn't want to start all over again for a new country. So I'm thankful for TSB. Like, they used to be on, like, make sure you do all the exams. Like, it's all very well planned. So it was right for me that time.
At University of Washington, we need to take the boot camp course again, and we have to clear
I know
the
we also gave the INVD again, but it's like mock exam, right? You don't give the
yeah,
real exam.
yes.
Yeah,
So
that's
we
one
give the
thing
boot
which I
camp
really didn't
mock. We
like.
give the boot camp mock. What do you guys give?
Which mock it is? Like it's a school mock, so they made us do like the whole 8 hours for 2 days. Like same like INBD. It's for the traditional students to get a good mock experience, but for us, it's like we hated it. We didn't want to give it, but we had to give. Yeah, but the best part was like they don't hold you back for that. It's just to make it even for all the students, so you have to give it.
Yeah, that's the same.
You already gave the exam,
No, no, no. We
so
will
you'll be
be
giving
giving.
in D. Okay.
Yeah, probably. I think end of D3 we probably will be
Yeah,
giving.
we gave it on that time, yes. And then you'll be like seniors. You'll be done. It's good.
Another thing, I mean, how do you find motivation in between each time? Like there's a setback, because we have both have had multiple setbacks in
Yeah.
our life in a lot of places. So how do you like rebounds, and like what is your strategy to cope up with stress and motivate yourself?
I stress. I'm not going to lie about it. I'm not someone who like I take the life as it comes. I definitely feel bad. I stress. I cry sometimes, but it's okay. I feel it's okay to just vent it out, but don't carry it forward for a long time. You can always find a way, just bounce back. That way, even at school, something doesn't happen like how I want. I just don't like it. I just think for some time. I have a very good habit. I don't know if it's a very good habit, but for me, it works out. I write down like what's bothering me. I have an app in my phone. I write down like this happened. So when I write, I can channelize all my negative energy into like what can I do next? Like I can prioritize my worries. I can prioritize my things just by writing. So that really helps me. That's one way I cope up with my stress, setbacks. And also, you need some supportive people around you, like whom you can talk to, like at least one or two good friends, who can understand the wavelength matches with yours, and also your family. My husband is my biggest supporter. Like the moment I crash, like it's not happening. Like I told you, my pen research, that was again a very big setback. I was so excited. I met them. I was all set to go to the university to work, and again COVID didn't help me. That was again a very bad thing. I was just crying and thinking like, why is this happening to me? Like why only me? Why is this virus behind me? So you get all those sort of thoughts in your mind, like we all have same kind of thing. But he was like, okay, done, what's next? So that's when we immediately looked over the Boston preceptorship website and we applied. That was the last day and I applied for that. So you need someone who just bring you back. It can be a friend, your partner, or maybe yourself, just no setbacks, just bounce back. That's the only way you can cope up.
I
Same
know
with you,
Hari
right?
is very supportive, and I mean I've
Yeah.
met him, and I know that he is your biggest supporter. And in fact,
Big
he
time.
he reviewed my SOP as well right
I
before
know.
submitting it, and
Yes.
I felt very good when after his feedback I felt more confident submitting it ahead,
Yes.
because I know that he's like almost a dentist, living with you, because he's
Yeah, if
seeing.
anyone, you're right. Like anyone from India, or, my family calls me and ask, hey, I have pain here, what to do? He'll take the phone. Oh, okay, you have pain, you need root canal. He's the one who gives. So that's kind of funny. But it's always good to have people who understand you. So that's
Who
one
take
thing.
interest. I think
Yeah.
that is something which I think is there with a lot of US spouses, like dentist
Yes,
spouses who
I
are,
agree.
because most of them will know each and every aspect of the application of their spouses who are applying. And I
Yeah.
just feel that that
The
support is so
struggles.
important. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really
Oh my
important.
God. And if you want to use my technique, write it down, guys. Write it down. Maybe you'll get some kind of ideas and you feel I feel very relieved if I write down my problems. So that's what I do. What do you do, Paridhi?
I step back a little, I think, I reassess, and then I replan. So if one
Yeah.
plan didn't work for me, I probably will think of other strategies. I try and talk to people who did some things differently, and I try and take, and then I put it to my situation, my circumstances, that how much of it would be feasible for me. When I decided to get into Australia, I was going through a personal setback. So instead of focusing my energies into all negative things which were happening around me, I
Yeah.
tried to channelize it into something positive. And yeah, that's when I met you. And I think that, I mean, yeah, I've made some very good friends all through my journey of different things which I've done and different things I've explored. And I feel very fortunate that I have people like you in my life who push me in the right direction with the right guidance. Because I think guidance is very important, that,
True.
someone who's explored some way and they know what doesn't work. Your guidance really helped me get through to the US process, because you had explored so much around US process that you knew what works and what doesn't work,
Yes.
and you just directed me in the direction of what worked. And I had such faith in your guidance,
I know. I was so scared.
followed it.
I remember I was like, I was waiting literally for your invites. Like, did you hear back from them? I was sure you will get somewhere in, but that waiting period is
Yeah,
hard.
it is very stressful. You're waiting to hear back from schools and you don't hear
It's a
back.
hard
And
portion.
then, you are like at a point where you have to like, again, you have to pivot, like, what do I do next? And,
Yes,
either
yes,
should I plan for the next cycle or I should just give up. So
yeah,
that stage comes in everyone's life. And I feel that,
yes,
yeah, it is important to stay put in that phase and just be patient to hear back. So
yes.
that is something which I have also learned.
It's patience. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's patience. I'm so happy everything worked out for us, and I really hope whoever is watching this video, you guys might have seen like how we supported each other, get into good company, and you all will get there. It's doable. It's doable. That's
Yeah,
what I would
it
say.
is doable. Thank you, Shilpa, for your time,
Yes.
and yeah, and good luck with your ADEX exam. And
Thank
hope
you.
to see you
Thank
on
you.
the other side and meet you very soon.
We'll catch up
I know
again.
we are on
Yes.
different coasts. You are on the East Coast, the West
Yes.
Coast, but yeah, I will see you soon sometime.
Sure. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.
Bye bye.